What do you think?
I love my kids. That's what I think.
You found this in your room. Yikes. Just don't put it in my room. So Claire wants to give the spider to the cat. I think I need to stomp that spider. Protect it. I don't think it'll taste good. Sorry, we can't show this on video. I need to start collecting my own firewood for this winter. I know it's only spring, but the sooner it gets filled up, the better. And also for seasoning the wood. So I got this little bit from right here on this pile. We have a driveway that goes into the trees over here. The organization next door had cleared this because it's a right-of-way. It's a shared driveway. I said, hey, I was planning to get that wood from that driveway. So here I am. Now it's all knocked down. It might be a little easier to get it now. Whew, a lot of work. So I got all up into this middle. I pulled all the branches off and threw them over there. And really got into a bunch of good logs right there. And got good 2/3 of a truckload. That's pretty good for just a scrap pile. How are you? How are you, sister? What you doing? So I'm down in the new pasture that we're beginning to make. And right here, there's a pile of wood that we had left from when we did all this debris. We cut up a few logs. I can see some wood that I'd like to cut up. But then I also have some here. And I'm bringing some loads of dirt. This is a real drop off right here. And it'd be hard to bring the tractor down it. So I'm bringing some excess loads of dirt down here. See if I can sort of level out a ramp right there to make it easier to get in and out. At the same time, as I come down to some dirt, I'm coming back up with some logs. And let's stack up that with the other firewood. Coming down the hill a minute ago, you can see my tracks. I was putting on the brakes and just kept sliding and sliding. Unfortunately, I was able to steer the slide a little bit down here, but just that fresh new grass, I couldn't even stop. I didn't get going very fast though. It just made me a little nervous. Now I'm trying to finish up this siding on the front end of the barn. I was just looking at my planks. The ones that have sat in the barn for a long time drying, you can see just a fine light coming through. But as we get into the newer boards, they dry and leave huge gaps. Just like that side. Some big gaps on that side. All these, I have to cut up lots of slats lots of battens and cover all the cracks with these batten boards. Of course, before I do that, I got to put the flashing on. I think I've got one piece of flashing on around the corner here. We'll just step off the side of the barn. Yeah, I got this one piece of flashing here. And I think I need to take that one off to do my staining. I try to cut all my notches and my angles before, and like this is where it's coming to the door opening, so I had to cut that all the way down. I'm trying to do all that before I put my board up, and hopefully it fits right. I've shown in past videos that I put these two boards on each side to give myself a place to set my walk board. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put this up. Fitting. So this is fitting really well. Here's that notch. Nice and clean all the way down. It fit around these boards so they didn't get in the way. Now I can do these short ones and make my way over to the other side and be done. We don't usually put the chickens in this area because we knew this is what they would do. They would spread out all this mulch. But it is giving us a view of how nicely cooked down it is and what nice brown soil we got in there. So it looks like good stuff. And now the sheep are gonna be sad that this hill is so much smaller. What do you think? Gonna work on the woods again today, try to make more pasture. We're out here cutting down woods like crazy and we're finding wildlife.
It's the baby.
We found a mama.
This is
No,
Kimra and
baby.
Jason. They're
Hi.
doing a lot of stuff today. They live here temporarily and
We're squatters.
we love having them. So behind me, we've also gone this way pretty good. Trying to find some open areas that we can just mow a big area. Jason was looking off into the trees and found a big old mess of chicken of the woods mushrooms. So that'll be fun to clean them and cook them. So here's an area where it's just really thick, but everything's low. There's not any trees right here except little small ones like this one. So I'm on the tractor. I just came through back here and I'm gonna try to just go around and mow this whole area. And hopefully on the next view right here, I'll show you what it looks like after I mowed. So here's the after. Cleared out a pretty nice area. I was gonna keep going and clear out more, but I discovered I saw some water coming out of the bottom of the tractor. and that realized that it was overheating. So then I'm trying to figure out why is it overheating? I saw this piece of plastic, and then when I noticed there was a lot of stuff clogging up the front of the radiator, so I was getting that off, and then I was like, wait a minute, there's some plastic down in there that looks just like the plastic that's on the ground. And I remembered that up in the main field, I had gotten a small tree stuck up inside of here, and it made a loud noise, and it looks like it knocked the blades, all the blades, off the fan. So the fan has not been pulling air through the radiator. That's a good reason for it to get really hot. So now I need to order a new fan. I think I'll leave it here for a couple hours, let it cool down before I drive it up to the house. I guess there's always something to work on. So that's all this brand newly cleared, and without cutting a single tree, except for a few that got run over in the process. So here's where we were cutting through today, just making a little corridor down into the woods so that we could get to an area where we could just drive around and mow it down. This tree right here was kind of the beginning of where we started coming this way today. So we also cleared from this stump back over this way. So we did a ton of work today. So I want to just say thank you to Jason and Kimra again. It's looking incredible. There's our little road to the other opening. And eventually we'll get all this cleared out, clear up the hill some, just clear all this back. This bush right here is an elderberry. So we use elderberry syrup for colds and things. And we're gonna be glad to have a giant bush here later when it starts getting used to having sun all the way around. Then this one is one. This one is one. So we're gonna save a bunch of those to pick berries and make our own elderberry wine. I accidentally said elderberry wine. I meant elderberry syrup for colds and things, but who knows, if we get enough berries, maybe we could make elderberry wine one day. The sunflowers are coming in really slow, but they're here. Looks like most of them are gonna come up. There's one, here's one, there's one. I can see good rows of them. It looks like most of them are coming up, so that's encouraging. If we could just get one good rain today, it would really help.